Peace, family. I want to say I appreciate you for returning and watching another one of my videos on my platform. Also, if you are a returning subscriber, I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Real talk. If you are a returning viewer and you have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. You wouldn't be here returning if you didn't like what you saw or you weren't interested in something that I've shared on this platform. Hit that subscribe button. Also, this video I'm doing with this brother JP, this is a great one. We had a little lag issues, but the audio was perfect, and the message that the brother was delivering, I couldn't stop it. I didn't want to delete it. Just check it out. Peace and love, family. Islam.
On behalf of Akono Bey, you know what I'm saying? Jay, where you at? We're trying to help our people elevate. Hope. H-O-P-E. We're giving them hope. We doing what we gotta do, you know? Every day, one step at a time, man. We're gonna make it happen. Helping our people elevate. Yeah. Sometimes I practice, focus, thought, and meditate. I'm trying to come with other ways to help our people elevate. And seeking knowledge make me levitate. The lifted mental state is what results from how we orchestrate. This for the family's sake. Let's self-reflect and self-evaluate. And every day, make sure the steps you take, you calculate. Receive a master's fate. I know I can't exist without the hate, but that's okay. I balance that with higher self today. Success is on this way, and after that, my flesh can pass away.
Peace, family. This is a very special one on this one today. I'm back with another special brother. This brother been building for, like you just told me, almost a decade on this knowledge. And so introduce yourself, brother. Let's get straight to it.
It's your boy JP. Some people call me Jpilla. I some people I'm known as Jpilla Bey, also your Akono Bey. And it's been for a decade, not almost a decade. This man been building it brick by brick for us. You know what I'm saying? Sacrificing this time. Make sure we all learn and enlighten. So we love them. I want to send them some love and enlightenment. And thanks for even allowing me to be on the platform with him, because this man puts in a lot of work. Trust me, I know, man. It's been a great father too, I see. So I love you for that too, my brother.
I love you, man. I appreciate that, bro.
And so love you, bro. I be watching you every day, bro.
I appreciate that, bro.
And so let me know. Thank you, bro. You know, keep on, because we're a family out here. You know, I tell people all the time, is, you know, we got all this knowledge, but let's make sure we got a lot of love to give each other, because that's going to be the key to everything. You know what I'm saying? And when I listen to him about his family, it touches me, and I appreciate him sharing that with us and him showing us that what it takes, you know, to build a family. You know what I'm saying? And so we love you. We appreciate you, because that's very important for us to let each other know, you know?
I appreciate you, my brother. We still got a small little lag, but I'm recording because everything is legit, so I'm still recording. Tell the people where you from, brother.
I'm from Mecca, man. I'm from Chi-Town, man. You know, Noble Jew Ali, Marcus Garvey, Nation of Islam, Hebrew headquarters. So I'm from Mecca. You know, all the stories about headquarters, about, you know, all the work we put in here. How people walk the streets, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Noble Jew Ali, 1919, Chicago race riots, that's even more significant to know about. But I'm definitely from the Chi, and I hope one of the next times we link up that I can either be sitting on the Moorish Temple on 43rd, or even take y'all into a museum in Chicago to show you some other artifacts that you guys will find very interesting. You know what I'm saying?
That'll be great, bro. I would love to see something like that, bro. Let's get straight to it, man. Like I said, I'm gonna give you the flow, so go ahead and enlighten the people, brother. You got a lot of knowledge, so this one's for you.
Yeah, I love you, bro. You know, and so in Chi-Town, you know what I'm saying, it's a very historic place. That's why some of you guys don't know. You all say on TV about them chastising our neighborhoods, talking about how we gang banging, acting wild. But with that one, what they have from you is we the heart and soul of the movement. And so you see what people like Noble Jew Ali came here, Marcus Garvey came here, you got Curtis Mayfield, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Shaka Khan. The Black Panthers. I was just chilling with Fred Hampton's son. And so you will find out in Chicago, it's a lot of revolutionary history, if not one of the main revolutionary history, and also connected to Tulsa too, because the brother John Rogers, who's up here, that does stocks, he's descended from the Oklahoma Tulsa massacre.
Yeah.
And so Chicago, Oklahoma, You get what I'm saying? And so he brought the knowledge up here to us. We had like a stable situation as far as the economy for so-called Black folks, and so we are definitely connected.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so you feel me?
Yeah.
Yes,
Listen, bro. That's love right there.
definitely. You know, because the economics up and down. So
Mm-hmm.
and you'll find in Chi-Town we had they call it a Black metropolis, but we know Black is not a nationality. But these are some of the words they use to help us identify some of the historic things for us as far as economics.
Mm-hmm. Temple number one is in Chicago, if I'm correct, isn't it?
I think yeah, it definitely is. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's where it started at. So yeah, that's Temple number one.
43rd Indiana. You know what I'm saying? And so I want to go. One time we get out, I want to go down there, and we on the same there to show them, you know, it's real and how we growing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Mm-hmm.
got Olmec heads and everything, right?
Oh wow, I need to see that myself. Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
And,
show you this, but how it's just hitting in plain sight, right?
and so
And
it's
so one time I'm at the Olmec head, I was one time at the Olmec head, a European run past like, oh, Olmec head, you know, but he knowing that, oh yeah, this guy done figured it out. You know what I'm saying? This is our land.
mm-hmm. That's like at our
And so I'm
our
a very yeah.
my apologies. I was just gonna say at our zoo here that
Huh?
we have, the local Tulsa Zoo, they have an automatic head at the zoo, and if you don't pay attention to it, you ain't gonna catch it. But if you catch it, then you know what it is. But my question was why they put it
Exactly.
at the
They
zoo?
don't they don't have exactly because they can't have the truth because our history is so vast. You know what I'm saying? That they study us every day. I just came from the they used to call it the Oriental Institute, but when you go there, it's all the ancient artifacts from the Middle East, the so-called Middle East, basically Africa, Mediterranean, Israel, Asia, and it's nothing but so-called Black folks sculptures. You know what I'm saying? Moorish sculptures.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't see us in there studying ourselves. You see all these lighter skinned Asiatics, lighter skinned Europeans in here profiting off our history. Even got whole classes coming through University of Chicago studying us, but then come out of these facilities talking to us as if they don't know that we mastered the sciences and the math already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's very important for I want to take your audience to that too, because once they see it, and you guys come visit, the ancestors are going to appreciate you so much because they are still alive.
So there's much more to Chicago than Michael Jordan and King Von.
Tell them. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's much more than basketball and violence.
Exactly. This is your headquarters. This is why they bought Nation Islam. No Ali. Really, no Ali taught the Nation Islam.
Mm-hmm.
So Nation Islam nothing but an offshoot of what he taught, just in a religious fashion. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so you will see that it's a lot of history here. And so I would like to start my journey with telling everybody that you were born conscious. We all grew up watching the same movies, Malcolm X. We all heard Earth, Wind, and Fire music, saw the covers. We just wasn't conscious of what we really saw, but there was a consciousness there already, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so as that seed grows in you, a lot of things that you thought really made more sense than what you thought you were taught in these European controlled schools or societies. Once you found out that what your ancestors taught, you started to realize, oh, I was already aligned with that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I would say people like me and Akono, we come and we just love to share. You know what I'm saying? It's not that we are bringing you something more that you know. We just trying to ignite that DNA to say, hey, we need your help. You know what I'm saying? Because we love you. And we can't wait till you tap into your energy because it's things that we're going to learn from you too, right?
Mm-hmm. We can't do this by ourselves. That's like one of my close partners, my partner that did my intro. When I shared with him the more science and bro started becoming a part of that, he interested in, he started reading about Buddha and Hinduism and taught me that information.
Say it again, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And also,
so like, my bad, but like you're saying, they could teach us.
Thank you. And I want you to bring him here because they also have a place in Chicago called the Chicago Art Institute, and they got all the ancient voodoo statues and paintings.
Oh, wow.
He got his locks in, super dark skin. You know what I'm saying? Right here downtown Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so So bring your homie too. That way y'all can see it too. That way we can pass on to the next generation this culture. And they also have the ancient Kemetic yoga center here, where they deal with Buddhism too.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And so like he says, you know what I'm saying? It's live, right? And
Yeah,
so as
yeah.
he says, we grow into it, and then we see our, you know what I'm saying? We see our friends get into it, and the good thing about them, they already have interest, right? And so all this does is enlighten man and go deeper in what they thought wasn't theirs from the get-go. To only find out that it was theirs already, right? So they go even harder, and they teach us, and they start to share with us too.
Mhm.
And so a guy like me, let me show you guys some books I think you would love to have in your library. I got this book. It's called The Truth About Your Birthrights.
Okay.
Noble Ali, 1920.
Hold
You
it
see
into
it?
the camera. Yeah, hold it. Okay. Yeah,
Truth
1920.
About Your Birthrights.
Go ahead.
Yep, that one. And then I got the book by Dr. Jose Piedma Bey, Othello's Children, the good book, Othello's Children in the New World. I think you should everybody should definitely have this in their library. Very in depth, very research. And then I have by R.A. Jerabah, I forgot his name, right? Ramsey, Father of Ancient America, written by, it's like a European Indian dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's his name right there. To show you that they even wrote books about us being royalty in America. I know
Mm-hmm.
you got this in your library, Ancient and Modern Britons.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need to jump on that. Yeah. That's a
Classic,
great book.
right? Classic, right?
Yeah.
And then so I got some other books, but I want to show you all my books yet. And I got the
I need
first
that book right there. I need that
yeah,
right there.
yeah, I got volume 2, so they got two. This is volume 1, the first Americans for Africans. And then one day we'll open up and go through some things I think you'll find very interesting in here too. And so these are some of the books I use. I got physical books and electrical books. I mean ebooks.
Mm-hmm.
And I love to travel because a book can only take you so far. Sometimes you gotta go see it yourself and decipher what you think you saw.
Mm-hmm.
That's why one time I went to San Francisco and I was on the coast, and the coast said Barbary. I said, "Oh man, this is." And you look on it, they try to make like it's these light skinned pirates, but it's us the Moors. So we know that the San Francisco Barbary coast means Moorish coast, right? And
Yeah.
so that's what travel. You know what I'm saying?
The
And
San
so that's what
Francisco Bay.
traveling gets you, even in San Francisco Bay. Say it again, San Francisco Bay, exactly. Because even Illinois, they have a little Egypt and a Cairo, and then you go there, they have ancient Kemetic artifacts, buildings. Because we know the Mississippi and the Nile were once one. This the whole planet is ours, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so this is the good thing about traveling. And also, I would say watch older movies that you've seen already. Because when you watch other movies, you realize, oh man, the truth is right there in my face. You know, we watch Robin Hood and we see Morgan Freeman talking about here more. We're like, dang, I didn't really catch on there. But that showed that you were already conscious. It was already a seed being planted in your mind.
It's crazy you said that. That's the second thing you said. That I got a video I'm recording right now dealing with the Blackamoor, the term basically Blackamoor, and how we've been known this term Blackamoor from the 1500s to the 1800s. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I put the clip Robin Hood in there with Morgan Freeman. I put Black Knight in there with Martin. Baby Boy, when the brother got the bean pies and he got the fez on his head. You know what I'm saying? Me and Abdullah was talking today. There were so many cartoons in the early the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s we were coming up. Speed Racer, Johnny Quest when he had the brother with the turban on his head. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Morocco. You know what I'm
It's hidden in
saying?
plain sight. Exactly. Hey, Sidney Poitier, the long ships.
I put that on there. So
And the
I'm
further you
glad you
go back,
said
you
that.
start saying,
I'm glad you said
you
that
know what I'm
because, like
saying?
you
And the
say,
further you go back, cause me, I let
my bad.
what you say?
My bad. I was gonna say
No,
I'm
it's
glad
good.
you
It's
said that
good.
because if you go back and watch them now, your consciousness will kick in. Everybody
Right.
think because they watch that they clone Tyrone and they're conscious now. Go back and watch Roots now. Go back and watch any movie. You know what I'm saying? Just go back and Apocalypto. Go back and watch that now.
Exactly. Say it
You know what I'm
again.
saying?
Exactly. Because you start to see, oh man, that's my story. Wait a minute. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And like I said, he just said the perfect movie, Apocalypto. Go watch that movie. And you'd be like, go watch Columbus 14. And you'd be like, dang, they calling us Moors in Columbus. You know, they tell you that we the ones that had the ships selling him to him, but they won't show you that as us, but they saying it to see if you catching on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. They just like in Sidney Poitier's Longest Ship. When he mentioned the Moor, they show you a pale skinned Albion, but if you know, you know.
Exactly. Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp got
Yeah,
locks
yeah,
in his hair.
yeah.
Who was I just about to say? It was Sidney Poitier and another guy. But definitely go. Hey, Jamie Foxx even did the Robin Hood too, as the Moor. That's why when I watched Clone Tyrone, I said, "Oh man, you know he know the Moorish history." You got old boy John Boyega just did the Woman King, so he know a little bit of the history, and so some of that stuff was probably a little bit intentional because they becoming more enlightened about who we are, and they want to put it in an art form, which I say that is very important for all of us to do. When you get enlightened, everybody ain't meant to lecture like Malcolm X. What you should do is what you always been doing. Just put the seeds and the colorfulness and the creativeness in what you already doing. If you're a painter, paint the Moors, paint the castles for us, paint the story for us. You do graphic designs, paint the history for us, ancient Kemet, ancient America. If you do dancing, go find some ancient Moorish dances, some ancient Kemetic dances. You do music, go find our ancestors' songs and bring them back out. Because the good thing about us is we are the flyers. We are the most swagged out, and we the most intelligent and knowledgeable. We don't have to be stiff as we learn our history. We can still be the coolest, setting trends while still enlightening people. Because sometimes people think our history is boring, but they don't understand. Look at music and sports. We the best thing going for this fake colonial nation, right? And so even in the history, you'll find that same swag when you really study hard. And a person like me, every book I showed you, I read at least 2 or 3 times. Every video I ever watched on history, I watched 2 or 3, maybe 5 times, because sometimes what I thought I knew, once I kept reading and studying, I had to go back and say, oh, no, it's more to this. Language, you got to study language. I study like Medu Neter. Make sure you study Spanish, Ethiopian, you know what I'm saying? Amharic, Arabian, because these are the keys that will unlock doors for you too. Because all these books are written in English, which means what? Someone, if it was something written in Spanish, someone translated into their interpretation. When you're able to get to the root of the word, which like etymology is, right? You're able to even get a deeper understanding of it.
That part.
That's why when I go to museums and I see all the when I go to museums, I see all the writings on our ancestors' artifacts. I'd be like, they're trying to tell us something. So we have to study language. We have to get back to normal,
Study language and study nature.
A guy like study nature, man. Go in that forest, man, because it's a lot of answers and a lot of healing in nature. Like me, I take sea moss every day, sea moss, burdock root, bladderwrack. I try to work out a lot because I want everything to be in line as I'm studying. Now I'm not perfect, but I'm striving to that as I get older, knowing that we live in a colonial society. No matter how smooth we look out here, we still at war every day. No matter how serene it look, the alligator, the crocodile is waiting to chop our head off.
That part.
And so we must always be ready because you know what I'm saying? Because in 2020, they definitely made a move because our consciousness was rising and they wanted to put us to the test. Are you really Imhotep? Okay? Can you go to nature and find your healing? And some of us were able to make it happen and some folded. And so when you study hard, you will show yourself approved. No one can tell you, like me and Kuna, we know who we are. We walk it, we talk it, and people react to us. They don't tell us who we are because they know it's going to be a battle, and most likely they will be embarrassed when all the facts come out and the evidence come out. They don't want to risk that. And then the possibility of us awakening and enlightening someone else to this. And that person might be more dangerous than me and Akunu, right?
That part.
Because, you hear me? because it's also a hurtful feeling when you understand that you've been misled, but then you see people that you love and you care for are still being misled or have been misled to the point that some people in jail had no clue what the hell was going on, right? And now that they getting it, it's like, damn, only if we knew from the get-go. And so I thank people like him so much because we need more platforms like this, like talking about nationality, because we make it, I can say we, but it's some who still believe in this clone society that no one wants to hear that. But the reality is no one has been told the benefits of it.
That part.
And so for me to start getting nationality, huh?
You know what I'm saying? That part. We haven't been directed
so,
in our
when we
studies.
start to get
We haven't been
exactly,
directed in those
exactly.
studies.
And I like how to say it again, because I like how Bill also liked me when he said, go to the law library. So we all been taught that it's just one law library. But when you go to the law library, you find out the power of words, how a word in regular conversation can be different in a lawful term, and words like jurisdiction. That's why when we hear jurisdiction, you don't know jurisdiction means control. So when you hear more say, hey, you have no jurisdiction over me, we make it seem like it's so complicated, but these are words they use every day. The cops will only follow anybody, whether you're conscious or so-called conscious or not. So far, you catch the expressway, the police, the so-called colonial policeman will pull off because he understands jurisdiction. And so when you're using these terms, don't think that they do not know what you're talking about. It's just about, have you studied so hard that you are what you have studied, that you become what you know.
Stand on your square.
Stand on your square. Because like me, I go to the gym a lot of officers, so-called officers, and I have to enlighten them, right? And some they be very interested because why? They don't know. So some people say, well, the police lock you up because a policeman, a so-called policeman, is not a lawyer, and the lawyer he even fake, right? The so-called colonial cop never went to school for law. All he did is put an application in to get a salary. Most of them went to school something else. That this makes, huh?
I tell people that he went to school.
Yeah,
I mean,
this makes society.
He put application in just like we did. He put that job app in just like we did.
Exactly, same as Jules. I'm telling you, and the credentials are very low to get it, low key. Let's be real. They didn't have to go you would find most of them took a law class, okay? They just exercising, to be honest with you. And so when you come with the truth and law, of course it's going to be a pushback because they didn't go to school for it. They live in the same colonial society you living in. So you just like Noble Drew Ali say, talk to them in peace, enlighten them. And as the time will go on, you'll find that some of them fight for you because they're going to realize the whole time that they've been fighting against themselves and their own people. All right. Like, and sometimes they be Europeans, right?
It's like I used to kind of go hard at the Caucasian when I first came into the knowledge. But like you just said, the prophet said, just talk to them, have a regular conversation with them. And you'll be surprised that they may already know, or they may be interested in learning more about what you're talking about.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I like how he said, like, they already know, because what I tell you all the time, too. When you talk about it on a daily basis, naturally and normally, you will find a lot of people know. And they go, and when they find out you know, they will treat you different. You know what I'm saying? They will treat you different. When they see you coming, they gonna tell you the history. Oh, you got your uncle on? Oh, you ancient Kemetic. Oh, you were more ancient. Y'all do, yeah. Because
they don't like dealing with niggas.
Exactly. It's real. It's real. Because they know the niggas faking it. They know the truth is not hard to find. The internet didn't change the game. The internet that we invented, right? Changed the game where it's like if you wanted to hear it, it's available. But we know that, for example, I show people hidden colors, right? And I always talk to myself, I say, I noticed that the religious people, when they got to, talking about Jesus, sometimes they want to cut it off, right? And so it's like, hey, no, you got to be able to deal with truth and then take the meat off the bone if you want to make the society better. Don't twist the truth to your liking. Look at, you get what I'm saying? And so it's real life.
The so-called conscious folk that still want to hold on to the religion as if the religion is the truth. You have to let that go. You
Right.
have to let it go in order to move forward.
Exactly. 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 And that's why some of the children are confused, because you have adults that don't want to be honest about things. You know, they still got the white Jesus out here, you know what I'm saying? Some people, and even in a Muslim thing, still are trying to down women. And so people have to be, Buddhism, they want to make you think Buddhism is not connected to Africa. And so we have to enlighten each other, because all these are like a piece of, I always say, a hamburger. You got the burger, the lettuce, the tomato, but when you put it together, it's a delicacy. And so all these so-called religions are really from ancient cultural African, ancient America stuff that we use just to bring the world up to a better place. Not for some of us to fight each other over with, where we like competing with information, but find a way to use information to apply it to make our people better. You know, and I also, like he say, you gotta be it, you know, and get your library together, because your library is gonna be your real gun.
That part.
When it's time to regurgitate, or yeah, you know, because I just got my so-called bachelor degree, right? And I taught the teacher with a PhD more than she knew, right? Because she was in this European lady who they had teaching world and African history, right? And it's like everybody in them wars, right? And she tell them, in 7-11, the Arab something invaded Spain, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at my classmates, all like me, like, now they had a last year, right? I'm like, hey, I don't teach it. No, we the Moors. Oh, I know that. Then why you ain't say that then?
Yeah, why you ain't say it like
that? Means you trying to brainwash. You get what I'm saying? And then yeah, it's real. And so, and then one time, you know, we came to ancient Kemet. She wanted to talk about how it was an Irish society, you know what I'm saying? And told me I was being Afrocentric. And then the ancestors showed up and showed the other classmates who were like 60 years old, who really believed her at first, that no, that's your history. And you know what I'm saying? And so this lady never would give me an A, but I got an A from just enlightening my classmates, because I gave them all type of information to go home and study themselves. And they were, like he just said, it's very hurtful when you find out that you've been misled deliberately. You've been lied to deliberately. And you out in society every day thinking what you've been doing successful, only to find out that the joke was on you, you know?
That's like at my job, I work at the casino, and I see a lot of Caucasians with tribal tattoos on them. But you have no connection to this land.
Thank you. Exactly.
But as long as, I mean, it's been passed down from generation on the $5 Indian. And so as long as they think that they have a connection, as long as we think we from somewhere else, then we have no connection to this land.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or in the same essence,
exactly.
as long as we believe in their doctrine or their religion, then we have no connection to our ancestors. My ancestors are with me. Ain't no Jesus.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no invisible man with me. The spirit of my ancestors are with me. If we do say invisible, the spirit of those ancestors, those Egunguns in the Yoruba culture, those Egunguns are with me. You know what I'm saying?
Because all that stuff is real, you know? It's divinity. And like you're saying, the $5 Indian stuff.
Those deal with our nationality.
Exactly.
Parentage, the bloodline, you know what I'm saying? Ancestral, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna follow that route.
Thank you.
Then going the route that some pale skinned man taught my great-great-grandfather.
Exactly. We gotta say them. It's real, because one day I was in real estate dealing with an old lady, and she was like, I was taught as a kid when a European walked past to put my head down and get out the corner. I'm like, I'm in the hood. Like, I couldn't even imagine doing that, right? I'm like, you sure? And I had to go get her information to enlighten her about it. He's like, hey, go watch this DVD, watch this thing, because I'm like, you know, for that to be embedded in you, that means somebody else younger you might have been affected, because you may have taught them that, you know? And so we have to make our neighborhoods into schools where you can walk around and see the history and learn the history, you know what I'm saying? Because it is, like you say, our ancestors and our elders, many of them have still, and even people our age are still being brainwashed by this European, this modern European, right?
Even
Who know
with
that
this,
they
my bad. I was just gonna say with this, with these young musicians, with this foolishness music, I don't want to get them no clout, but I'm gonna just say with these women artists that they got right now, you know what I mean, with this trash music, these are 20-year-old girls influencing 40, 50-year-old women how to be FNF and
right. It's
the,
real.
you know what I'm saying? Like WAP. You hear 40-year-old women talking about some WAP. Use a grandma, go sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Go read a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this ain't no hate, but it's like we are behind.
Yeah, it's
And
real. And basically trying to tell you, we.
sometimes it's like
Now,
it's too
I
much
was
trying
saying,
to play
basically trying to
catch
tell
up.
you, we.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's real. Man. It's real. I mean, cut them off. It's real though, because basically she trying to say that we need our women. Y'all understand how important y'all are to us, how y'all are pillars, how we look to y'all, guys, knowing that y'all organized and all that. And so he's saying, like, when we think about MC Lights, Moni
Mm-hmm.
Love, Queen Latifah, it's some other artists too, even
Jill
R&B, like
Scott,
as
Jill Scott,
yeah,
Erykah Badu, Lauren
you hear
Hill.
me? We fell in love with these women off their music, telling us, "Hey, I want a woman like that." You know what I'm saying? She ain't
Calling
perfect,
us
but
kings, uplifting the male,
yeah,
uplifting the
that's
woman.
the
You know what I'm saying?
that stuff mean a lot when it's time to put your head up during some adversity. I went to Erykah Badu concert and I was like, man, it was just so and make sure you go to some concerts too, bro. You're gonna love it. It
Mm-hmm.
was so culturally vibed out, with the like you said, the Yoruba. It was just like I was just like, man, this stuff I should have been here, because she was teaching as she was doing the music and she was showing you her elegance while still being a normal yet weird, beautiful person. You get what I'm saying?
You notice all the brothers that she dated went from street cats to conscious cats.
Exactly.
That's the power of that woman.
You had exactly. Y'all so powerful. You don't understand. Yasin Bey was there. I had to come out for the L's and the Bays, right? So it was
Mm-hmm.
like, and that's why when I be like, our culture is so swagged out. You don't gotta think you lame now when you get your coach. Look at Erykah Badu and Yasin Bey. They killed it.
Mm-hmm.
Sold
Mm-hmm.
out. I barely got a ticket because people love. Listen, it was lighter skinned Asians there,
Come on.
modern Europeans there because people love, huh? I said, dang, look at this. You know what I'm saying? They there more than some people who talking about she doing witchcraft that's probably dark skinned than her, right? And
Like,
so it's
like,
like people know what's real out here,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
huh?
Like,
You know what I'm
for
saying?
example,
Like
a
they
little
know.
a Boosie concert may sell out for our people, but Erykah Badu, J. Cole, they're gonna have a variety of different nationalities in their concerts.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna get
Yes,
shot.
going crazy over them.
Nobody gonna get
Say it
shot. I'm gonna say
again.
that. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna go home and feel peace within your heart. You
And
gonna,
play music too.
you know what I'm saying? I
It's
can't.
real. Earth, Wind, and Fire. I had a dentist. This guy said he saw Earth, Wind, and Fire at least 81 to 18 times. I said, whoa, that's dedication, bro. Like, but why? Because it's something that they giving him every show, and he feel like they putting their money where their mouth is.
Mm-hmm.
They, matter of fact, it's a guy named Anthony Browder. This
Mm-hmm.
man said Earth, Wind, and Fire album is what awakened him to learn about ancient Kemet. You get what I'm saying?
Matter of fact, on their cover, I think it's their album cover. They got the comedic image on there with the boy
Yes.
they fez on. I mean, with they
It,
turban on.
exactly. And that's the example I'd be like, your artwork
Mm-hmm.
uh is also a way to talk to your people.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can come out like Dr. King and speak, but you can do it in Earth, Wind, Fire. You can do it like other artists is dancing, you know what I'm saying? Prince with the on guitar. And so use your gift, whatever you do already, and just give us a little bit of pizzazz of the ancestors' magic, and we're gonna love you even more.
Mm-hmm.
And those examples, these people are people that helping like me and him. Even somebody like Nas, if I Rule the World album cover, we like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? It's like we like, oh man, they was teaching us through the music. KRS-One. I saw Kumo D, you know what I'm saying? And
Bro,
also about the museums.
bro, I had a
Huh?
brother. I had a brother at my job. Like I work overnight. I had a brother at my job overnight. He in his 30s. He told me he never knew who KRS-One was, and I was shocked. And then I was like, "Are you serious?" And he was so serious. He was like, "Bro, I don't even listen to black music." What?
Oh man,
This is a
you don't know
brother.
the history,
Yeah, he has
right?
no clue.
Right. Yeah, say it again, man. That's why I posted. Yeah, I post a lot of music because I realized because my brother came to me, I was saying to an artist, I'm like, yo, I said, you never heard Eric Badu album? He's like, no. I say, man, I'm like, because we grew up playing albums, right? Riding to it,
Mm-hmm.
reading the credits and stuff. It was like we was really the artwork in the cover
Mm-hmm.
because these are like books too, in a way. You know what I'm saying? Grand Nubian, X Clan,
I
and
remember the
so,
cassette tapes. You had to open it up, and you literally had to do your
man,
homework. You know what I mean? You had
say
to
it
read.
again. You heard what
Yeah.
he said? Homework, okay? Like we used to go to the stores and buy music, right? Sam Goody, we be in lines trying to buy music on Tuesdays, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the game, right? And so the new generation, they are trying to make y'all speed up and not study the game. Cause you gotta study, you just can come out and start rapping it. You gotta know what was done before so you can know what to do, cause uniqueness. That's like me and Akuno. When we see Michael Jackson now, we like, damn, dude was cold. And then we realized like we lived it, but to see it now, like, dang, he really put time and effort and energy into his craft.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's the same with history.
Mm-hmm.
People gonna know how hard you studying by how quick you gonna fold. It's many who have planned to be conscious and knowledgeable, and somebody tested them, right? And they folded because they didn't read that book twice. They didn't go to the museum 3 or 4 times, right? And now they got doubts.
Their
And
heart
so with
wasn't pure.
music, you gotta study. Their heart wasn't pure either, because people somebody they went to court, they lost in court, but they want to use the history for their own good, other than being that. You know what I'm saying? Other than I mean own good. I mean they want to destroy their community and then use our history and culture to get out of the jam with the European, other than just rebuilding their community the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
My
like he's saying with the music,
my timer said we got less than a
huh?
minute. We got less than a minute. But go ahead.
Okay, and I want to do a part 2 and 3 this at the museum and at the 43rd Temple too, so y'all get used to me, right? And the music, man, we need music art. We need y'all to, man, do your best work. That's what Malcolm X told Dr. John Henry Clark after he died, right? Because the ancestors do still be alive. Dr. Clark said he cried after they killed Malcolm X, and he said he heard Malcolm X say, "Man, do your best work. Just do your best work." And so for you guys, just do your best work and allow the ancestors to use you to help enlighten us all to a whole nother level. Because in your DNA is all the history books, all the stars, all the cosmos. And we
Before
love you.
before it hang up on us, do you got a message